Here we go. Good day, race fans. Welcome to oh God, what are we on? Round 3 of the SimRacingMania GT3 Championship, where Colin, Andrew, and Jack are going to be taking on Watkins Glen. I know it was supposed to be Bahrain. They changed it because the Bahrain track mod was not the greatest, so we're doing Watkins Glen, which everybody should know if they're into GT racing, just because it's a very popular track for GT racing and endurance stuff.
Or NASCAR.
NASCAR and IndyCar. I keep forgetting NASCAR and IndyCar, especially NASCAR and IndyCar. But before we get into all the fun stuff like qualifying here, we're just waiting for Andrew and Colin to go out onto track. All 3 cars are still in the pit lane. We'd like to thank our sponsor, the FN40s podcast. They broadcast live every Wednesday from the Blind Beggar here in Calgary. Great food, great drink, great entertainment, great crew from the FN40s. They're all a bunch of great people. Leanne especially. I cannot for the life of me remember the other gentlemen's names. Maybe Howard does, but I don't. Corey, that's his name. Yep. Okay. Great bunch of people. Very.
Sorry about that, Corey. I remember your name.
It's been so long, Corey. I apologize. And our special mention goes to our, we are back doing monthly challenges here at TracksVR, and our first one is the TracksVR Formula Challenge. So this month of October, we are doing racing at Spa in our 2021 F1 cars. So come down, set your fast lap time, and every week, I believe, the fastest driver is getting the potential prize. Is that what it is?
We're putting some prizes up on social media. Pay attention on social media. But yeah, top time of the week. We'll be choosing our next top time on Sunday, and we'll post that who that is, and they can see us. We're usually offering a choice, so you have a couple of teams to choose from. This next coming Sunday prizes are keychains, some really nice keychains / lanyards from Aston Martin
and Ferrari.
And Ferrari. Yeah, indeed.
I'm not the only one forgetting stuff today. That's good. It's going to be a great Tuesday. Watkins Glen is going to make for some great racing. I do believe we have 32 drivers at the moment. And as you guys probably see, we have a new overlay. I hope you guys like it. It's going to be able to tell you guys a little bit clearer about where the people are, how far back they are, without me having to explain every 2 seconds about who's where and what's going on. So I can keep a clearer eye on it. So right now we're just on board Zoltan, as our drivers are all in the pit still. So as you can see in the bottom corner there, he's got purple sector 1, purple sector 2. So obviously first car gonna cross the finish line most likely. Yeah, we'll be the first guy to cross the finish line. He's the only one setting sector times. So I know our drivers, Colin, Andrew, and Jack, are opting to go out after everybody's gone out first to get into a little bit clearer track, which is always a good thing. And all 3 drivers, I do believe, are on different strategies. I don't even know what they are. I think I know what Jack's is, but I don't know what the other 2 are. So it's going to be interesting.
Maybe I know what the other 2's are, and maybe we can put it together without telling you guys. Haha.
As you see, Zoltan put down a 1 minute 42.1. Now we don't know what fuel they're using or any of that stuff, so unfortunately I can't say he's on full fuel, but I'm going to assume he's probably going to be doing the same strategy he had last time, where he goes out with like a half tank and pits early and then comes back out with a full tank and goes from there. But we'll see what happens. Andrew isn't, he was saying he's not super confident on this track. Oh, Colin's out on track. Let's follow Colin around. Andrew was saying he's not super confident on this track, but I know Colin loves this track. I also love this track. It's super fun. It's very flowy. Lots of
For,
long
for any of
corners.
our community members or customers or whatnot, this track will be very familiar. We have a lot of people train for their first time on this track. They of course train on a shorter version of this track, more akin to the NASCAR track. But these guys are using, of course, the full track with the boot. So they'll take 1 minute to get around the boot or so. Especially with their clearer eye, whatever the hell that was.
Yeah, they're 1 minute. Also, I was told that there is a possibility of rain today at Watkins Glen. So right now it looks like it's just overcast. I'm not sure if we are gonna get any rain. The actual forecast at the track in real life does say that there is a chance of rain, but not like a huge chance. So we'll see how that plays out. It's gonna be very interesting. Looks like so far provisionally Jack is sitting 5th as people are slowly doing their laps. Remember, we have 15 minutes to do 6 laps. Basically an out lap and an in lap are 2 laps, so you only have 4 laps to try to put a best lap time down. I do believe Colin and Andrew are hoping to put in a good time, get into the top 5, and have like a lower fuel tank and go out on the softs, and then they're going to go on the mediums. I'm not sure. Jack's, I don't know what Jack is doing. Maybe it was the other way around. Maybe I knew the other two. I don't remember. But I know in this this particular moment after last race, Colin and Andrew and Jack were all very aware that there were like 5 different fuel strategies and pit strategies that everybody was using, as we found from Jack Evans, from Zoltan, from Tomas, from who was the other gentleman that beat. There was another person that Colin and Andrew were racing with. I can't remember his name. I don't even think he's here, to be honest with you. But anyway, everybody was on different pit strategies. I mean, Jack, Andrew, and Colin last week were all on different pit strategies as well. So it's gonna be interesting. Colin is provisionally, with that lap, Colin is provisionally 2nd place by 0.149 of a second, which is not a lot. And then we have Vlad Tokarev, who we all know all too well from the first race and from the BTCC League. He's also just over a 10th slower than Colin. So the top 3 within a quarter of a second of each other, which is phenomenal. We also had 3 disqualifications from last round. So it ended up putting Jack up from, I think he finished 15th or 16th, that put him up to P13. So he got 11 points for last round, not the 6 or 7 that he got, and he's now up into 19th overall in the standings. And Andrew is sitting 1st overall, and Colin is sitting 3rd. However, Colin, I believe, misses the next 2 rounds. He won't be able to do the next 2 rounds. So he's really just trying to get a good finish to get the team some good points, as there is a team standings, and currently TracksVR is sitting 1st place in the team standings. So all in all, we are doing great.
Yay us! Yay! And this is congratulations to the guys for putting in all that hard work. Yeah, they're racing really well and racing really well as a team, so they deserve it, and let's hope they can retain that P1 through to the championship at the end.
Yes, sir. Like I said, Colin loves this track. I love this track, so I'm very confident Colin's going to do good at this track. Andrew, like I said before, Andrew said he's not 100% confident on this track, but he's also going on a different strategy than Colin is. So the strategies definitely play a big part, as we saw, because Jack Evans last week qualified, I think, out of the top 10 or just inside the top 10 and ended up winning just due to pit strategies. So pit strategies are going to be a big thing at the moment. So it looks like Andrew is going to be provisionally, right now he's provisionally sitting 8th. Jack, I think, is down here in 17th. Colin looks like he's doing his in lap. Yeah, just taking it nice and easy. Let's go find Andrew here while Colin's on his in lap. Looks like Andrew did come out of the pits later than Colin is, so he's probably got one, maybe 2 more laps of qualifying left.
Qualifying? Do you need 1 minute?
Oh man, today I don't know what's going on. Yes, Andrew has.
Anybody can send us, hey, if there's any coffee manufacturers or shops or places with like energy drinks. Looks like Rick could use one here. Something to sharpen his mind a little bit.
I honestly can't tell you what's going on. I have no clue. So as we can see, Andrew's coming around. He's got a yellow second sector, or first sector, I mean. I'm looking right at it and I can't even tell. See how his second... Oh, he's gone green in his second sector, so he's pulled a full, like, half a second out just in the second sector. He's improved. So this, if he can keep it up in sector 3... Coming around the hairpin, coming up into the left-hander. Slow left-hander. Coming into the last 2 turns. I'm going to have to go over the turns in my head. I think there's 12 or 13 on this layout. One more corner to go. Come into the last corner. Throw it in. Come out way wide. Not too wide, as I've heard the track limits are very, very... weird.
By track limits, what do we mean, Rick?
All 4 tires passed on the outside of the
orange and
orange or white line, because Watkins is weird. There is, as you can see there's a white and an orange line. So if you have all 4 tires, say all 4 tires are on the curb, that's a track cut basically. And if you get, I do believe they're allowing 10 of them, like they did in the BTCC. So if you get 10 track cuts, you get a 10, I think it's a 10-second drive-through penalty. So
sucks.
Big time. So Andrew is provisionally 10th place. Colin has actually gone down. This Valentin Iliev has beaten Colin's time by
56 hundredths.
5 hundredths of a second.
Or 56 thousandths.
That is freaking insane. So the top 7 are within half a second of each other. Andrew is on his in lap here. Colin should be in. Yeah, Colin's in the garage. Let's see where Jackaboy is. Jack's also in the garage, so there's not really anybody else out on track doing some flying laps here. Just right on board Jesper for a second. He's on his out lap. Going to be starting his last... This is going to be his last qualifying lap for Jesper Burns. And that Vodafone McLaren. All right. So unless Valentin Iliev can improve his lap time, their lap time, they will be second. Zoltan will be first. Colin will be third. Oh, sorry. Vlad Tokarev has just surpassed Colin by 7 thousandths of a second. So if he wants a nickname, it's going to be 007 now, because he literally beat Colin by 0.007 of a second. That's how close. Oh, Jesper with a big spin in the downhill left-hander. That's going to ruin his chances for a better lap time. Let's go right on board Jack Evans in the Corvette as he comes up the hill. funnest section on this track since we don't have the chicane. Down the long back straight. All these corners are very, like, they're very long. They're not super tight or super quick chicanes, except they're tight corners. The first corner is a tight one, and then there's a hairpin coming up. All of them are relatively mid-speed, I would say, corners.
Did you just drive through the chicane straight?
We're not doing the chicane.
Oh.
This is just boot, no chicane. So what we mean by why we're confused is because IMSA and all the other endurance leagues and even NASCAR and IndyCar use the chicane. Basically on that long straight that we were talking about, there's like a little quick right left and then a short little straight and then a quick left right before you come down that right hand corner. That is probably the funnest section when you get it right. Without the chicane though, going up the hill, the right, left, right, all the way up the hill is a really fun section. And you get to carry so much speed, should be able to take a flat out. See if Jack Evans here can improve his lap time. He does, but is only good enough for 5th place. That's going to be it for his qualifying. Tomas, I think Tomas is out doing his... Oh, no, he's... Yep, qualifying is over, so he's pulling out of the track here. So we have Zoltan starting 1st, Valentin Iliev starting 2nd, Vlad Tokarev starting 3rd. Those are your top 3. And then we have Colin starting 4th by, like I said, less than a 1/10 of a second. Pedro, who's had some unfortunate luck in the first two races, is 6th. Mateo 7th. Tomas, one of the mods, is 8th. Javier Conti is 9th. Andrew Parkinson, our other TracksVR driver, is in 10th, so he's just made it in the top 10, so unfortunately he has to go out on the tires that he qualified on. I don't know if that was part of his plan or not. Anti-Rassi is 11th. Michael Favero is 12th. Mirko Losito is 13th. Philip Gustafsson is 14th. Bertil Wallen is 15th. Andre Rosu is 16th. Alex Zakharov 17th. Jesper Burns 18th. Jack Boy, our last not least TracksVR driver, is in 19th. Dastan is in 20th. Lorenzo 21st. Dennis Van de Ven, who we've all seen from the F3 League and the BTCC League, all the way back in 22nd. Johan Carlson 23rd. Jean-Michael, I'm not going to say the last name because I'll get it wrong, 24th. Samuel Mole 25th. Jonas Lagesson 26th. Dino Feldetta 27th. Arcturus Kamal, who Jack has had a lot of battles with, back in 28th. Peter Lane, who I think Jack has also battled with,
Arcturus
is 29th. Antonello 30th, Valerio Margarito 31st, and Jordan Schwartz in 32nd. So it's going to be an interesting race, that's for sure. Alright guys, we are just going to be taking a quick break here, so I'm going to let you guys watch our quick little video, a commercial video here, and we'll be right back.
Have you been locked up all year? Tired of the same old routine? We've got you covered at TracksVR. We have 12 full-motion simulators incorporating VR technology to put you in the driver's seat of a race car. With our team of sim experts, we can help guide you whether you're a beginner or a seasoned veteran. From Ferrari to AlphaTauri and all the teams in between, we've got the largest selection of F1 racing merchandise in Western Canada. We clean all the equipment before and after each use and disinfect all high touch points. Forget about the Zoom presentation on Monday. Forget about the holes in the wall for your kids' virtual soccer practice. Bring your future champions down here. We're open for retail viewing and product testing. We want to bring our passion for racing to you here at TracksVR.
Alright guys, I am back from our quick little break here. We have a couple minutes left in the warm-up here. All the drivers just getting a little bit of time while the organizer set up ballast and the ballast penalties, or not penalties, ballast weights and stuff to the cars that need them, and set the grid and all that stuff. So I'm just gonna let you know the top. Where are we here? From qualifying, the top 5 drivers their lap times were within 1.98 or 0.198 seconds of each other. That's the top 5 drivers. I mean, you can't blink that fast, you can't sneeze that fast. It's just insane. So it's going to be a very, very good race as long as everybody gets out okay in in the first corner, which we all know is a very slow corner. So with ballast, we have ballast penalty or ballast weights. Let's see who has ballast and who does not. Okay, so ballast weights for this race. I'm sorry for the glitching. It could be the overlay might be causing a little bit of that. I'm not 100% sure. So success ballast for round 3. So that's what it is, a success ballast. Because you're successful, you get weight added to your car. Tomas is going to have 21 kilograms added. Anti-Rassi is going to have 21 kilograms added. Andrew has the heaviest weight. He's going to have 28 kilograms added. Colin has 7 kilograms added. Jack Evans has 21 kilograms added. Zoltan has 14 kilograms added. And Vlad Tokarev has 14 kilograms added. And I remember, I believe all of these additional success ballast weights were added for qualifying as well. So when the drivers are doing the lap times they're doing with the extra weight, it makes a huge difference. And I'm just getting confirmation from the amount of track cuts they're allowed before they get given penalties. It is 7. So they're only allowed to accidentally, I'm going to say, cut the track 7 times before they get a penalty, be it a drive-through or what have you. But I should be able to pay attention to that, or be able to pay attention to that from the timing and stuff. So, and it might also possibly show up on our new overlay. All right, looks like Colin and some of the other drivers are starting to come into the pits here. Yeah, I just got the confirmation to the Discord. Yeah. So 7 track cuts. We're just wishing the boys luck here, and we'll get racing shortly. We got about a minute left, I do believe. Yep, about 50 seconds. Everybody's just out doing some extra laps. I also, because the fuel left from qualifying gets used to start the race, I had to ask if the weight, or if the fuel that they use during the warm-up, because they do get 10 minutes of warm-up, which on this track is about 4 or 5 laps, depending on how often you spin out and if you're battling or whatever. 4 to 5 laps, which is about, I want to say, between 8 and 12 liters of fuel more that they're going to use. So I had to get confirmation if the warm-up took away that fuel, or if it was just safe from qualifying and whatever's at the end of qualifying they use, which I have gotten confirmation. Warm-up does not affect their fuel start amount for the race, which is good, because that means you can go out and do some extra laps to get some more practice in, and then start from there. All I know is this is going to be a great race. As we get the notification that race is starting soon, let's go on board with Colin, who is in the pits at the moment. As we're looking at the back end of his car, we're just going to, sorry for the black screen for a second here, we're just going to do this. We're just going to sit and look at his car. Oh, hey, look, that we see Lorenzo Fernando's car too. Everybody's just got to go out on the pit lane, out on the road track here, onto the Jiminy Christmas. I can't talk today. Oh my lord, man. Okay, there's Jack on the start line. So remember, we do have a formation lap, manual formation lap, so it's not the game doesn't do it for you. Like, you don't go off when the game tells you to. Once the lights go green, we're under formation lap, and then we start. So the hour and 15 minutes for the race also includes the formation lap, and a formation lap on this track probably going to be about 3 minutes. So you can say they race for about an hour and 12 minutes. And we're green light. So here we go, formation lap starting. As everybody waits for the drivers in front to start moving. Poor Jack here getting stuck.
Go. No, stop. Yeah.
All right, here we go. They're starting to get away now. So there's Colin. He's going to be starting in 4th place. Like I said, the top 5 drivers separated by 0.198 seconds. The top 5 drivers from their qualifying lap times. That is stupid.
Somebody's trying to go ahead of Colin here.
Yeah, it's Jack Evans. I think he's just getting up side by side. He didn't get the memo that it's a single file start, not a double file start.
Yeah.
So somebody's going to have to get on the horn and be like, yo, dude, chill out. See how he's the only one in double file? That's...
Yeah.
Colin's going to have some words about that, I'm sure.
Oh,
He's not moving over, so yeah, it's like, dude.
I will say, though, in the top 5, there is an Audi, a BMW, a Aston Martin, I think, or is it a McLaren? I can't remember, and 2 Corvettes. So you got 4 different cars. It is an Aston Martin.
Yeah, that's
So we have 4 different cars in the top 5, and they're all within 2/10. That shows you guys how close these cars are in lap times. I mean, hey, there's a Bentley in 6th. So in the top 6, you got 5 different cars.
It just shows you that there's different ways to approach each car's performance differences towards the track and whatnot. So.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, we're getting a screen from the pit lane. Tower's just going out to see what's wrong. Jack right now is sitting on, where is he? He's sitting on mediums. Well, we're hearing all the shenanigans again, and we're just driving on a. Oh, that's great. Of course. So Jack gets the back of the pack shenanigans, and he's got rear-ended and has some major damage now. So don't know how that's going to affect his race. So we're gonna have to wait and see. Oh, his steering is off too, just from getting hit in the butt. Oh, yeah. Push the drive shaft and everything forward. Steering column's all foobarred now. Yeah. That's how realistic sim racing is now, guys. It's no joke. All right, here we go. I was wrong. It's about, oh no, it's close. About 3 and a bit minutes. So as soon as your car crosses the start line, you can go. Here we go. Should be green light. Yep, here we are off to the races. That BMW had a really slow start. Don't know what happened there. Colin gets a good start. Zoltan got a wicked start. I feel like everybody was very hesitant to launch when they crossed the start-finish lines, so Zoltan just barreled through. So coming up right here on this straight, there's a little notch kind of right here. That is the chicane on your left-hand side. That is what we call the chicane, but they're not using that, which is totally fine. Just means this braking point becomes a lot harder because you're carrying way more speed. But Colin doing a great job. Let's go right on board with Andrew here, coming around that left-hander. So far, so good for everybody, except let's check in with Jack and see what's going on with him. Hasn't lost any places, so he's managing with the damage. So. Alrighty. So Jack's doing pretty good. Yes, he got rear-ended, but the damages don't seem to be too bad so far. We'll see how the rest of the race goes on. We've already had 1 DNF. Which is very unfortunate, but let's go back up to Andrew here. He's got a nice little battle with this McLaren in front of him. Kind of got some breathing room now to Anti-Rassi behind. And they're kind of in a Porsche sandwich. They got Tomas in front of them and Anti-Rassi behind them. So Colin taking a little peek. Or Andrew. Jiminy Christmas. Numbers, I can't today. I don't know.
Said any coffee shops who want to sponsor us, send some coffee to Rick.
Send virtual coffee, please. Yeah, so far it's been a pretty pretty quiet race for the first lap. Hop on board with Colin here. Looks like he's still in fourth, and it looks like Jack Evans actually must have binned it or had gotten a little bit squirrely as Pedro Gomez has come past him now. But Colin doing a very good job of hanging out with second and third here. Let's do, where is it? So here we have the battle for second place. Colin's dropping down a little bit. Don't know if that's just because he got a bad run out of the first corner. But he is doing good. Pedro is doing a very good job of holding up Jack Evans behind him, so it's allowing these three to kind of pull away a little bit. And if they were smart, they would work together. Yes, they're on different teams, but they'd work together to catch up to the leader, who is, as you can see, 3 seconds ahead of this pack right here. So here's Zoltan going up the right-hander, and you got there's the group of 3 cars for second place behind him. So that's just how much of a gap he's pulled out in the first couple laps. Pushing super hard. He's probably very upset that he lost last race due to pit strategy, but he's probably going to be out gunning for it this race. Look,
Who's that? Tokarev?
no, that in front of Colin was Tokarev. Yeah. Looks like Andrew has gotten past that McLaren, that lime green, I think, or yellow, and black McLaren. So now he's pushing to pass Tomas, who I do believe Andrew has more pace than Tomas. Tomas, like I said, is one of the moderators, so he races lots, but he's also making sure everything behind the scenes is going good for them. So thanks to Tomas and SimRacingMania for putting on this event. Very well done. Lots of hard work gone into it, and we all know you guys are doing it from the love of your hearts. So thanks so much for putting it on, guys. But this is shaping up to be a pretty spread out race in the first 4 laps.
Yeah, we do express our appreciation to SimRacingMania and Thomas in particular for racing and trying to get this all set up. We can't afford to pay you except in compliments. So well done, boys.
Yeah, exactly. Jack's still sitting in 19th, so he's hanging in there. He's got a little bit of a battle on his hands with that Aston Martin behind him. Jack's got the inside line for this corner. He should have enough of a drive out. Yeah. Holds him off, no problem for this next corner. I do think the Aston has a little bit better handling in the corners, but I'm not 100% sure. The Corvette. Oh, Jack Evans is off track. That's another DNF. I'm gonna say. I'm not sure. He's fallen back lots, so I'm going to say he probably is calling it a DNF. But we will find out in a second here. Jack's doing a very good job. Jack up into 17th now. After that, must have been another crash that we didn't see on camera. Jack's doing a very, very good job. Yep, so Gomez, that's where he got the other spot. Gomez has DNF'd and Jack Evans has DNF'd. So very unfortunate for them.
I wonder if they were right.
They were battling, so it could have been them taking each other out.
I hope not. Oof.
Let's back on board with Colin. This is the battle for P2. It's even closer now. Colin is right on the tail end of that BMW. The Aston Martin has made it past that BMW of Valentin Iliev. It's very nice to see 3 different car models battling this close together. You don't see that very often.
No, it's really nice to see that different cars people have chosen the different setups that they need to do well. So Jack is very vocal today.
I can hear him. Yeah.
You're getting hit so well in the formation lap.
He where'd Jack go? Did he move up? Oh, he's up in the. He's having a good battle. There must have been another spin because they're up. This is a battle for 15th now. Jack and Dastan, who he did have some battles with last race. So Jack is slowly making his way through the pack with people spinning out and DNFing. So
Dastan is the guy that was in first, and he wouldn't pit, and we're like, come on, buddy, pit.
Yes, I remember that. He was losing time left, right, center because he wouldn't pit. Wanted to stretch those tires longer. But no, Jack is definitely doing very well with the little bit of damage that he sustained on the formation lap here. He's doing a very good job. He's making it look easy, making it look like there's no damage to that car at all. Into this slow first corner. Be careful not to go 4 tires onto that curb. I know in IMSA you can, but here you can't. Now up the hill. This is a beautiful shot up the hill. Flat out.
What do you mean when you say flat out?
Full gas, full acceleration. I don't know how else to put it. Foot to the floor. Make sure you don't lift that foot off the gas pedal. Unless you have to. Which I hope you don't, but looks like Andrew's slowly making his way up to the pack too. Andrew is all the way up into P6 after starting P10, so he's pushing his way through. Of course, there's been a lot of spins. Colin's in P4. He's still got this battle. Vlad Tokarev in that Aston Martin is slowly starting to pull away a little bit. Looks like he's trying to catch Zoltan, who's actually hasn't gained any extra distance. His gap to second place is still only about 3 seconds. So Tokarev either putting on the afterburners or Zoltan's just doing some fuel saving. We don't know. But Colin's doing a very good job of keeping up and keeping pace with these guys. Zoltan with the fastest lap of the race of a 42 flat. 1 minute 42 flat. Oh, holy crap.
That is fast. That is fast.
And it looks like the top 6 drivers are all on soft tires and Jack is on the medium tires. So, like I said, different strategies. Andrew's strategy is going to be a little bit different because he was farther back in the pack, so he might have to pit sooner and might not gain too many positions during pitting, but we will have to see how things go. Low volume and echoing. Hey, let's turn his mic up a little bit here, there. All right.
I think he was referring to I was coming through your mic. Yeah. Yes. I'm good. Good. My levels.
Yeah, I had to turn it down, Nick, because the announcement when you put somebody into a race when it comes all non-essential personnel leaving the grid, now how loud it is. If I have his mic volume up to where it's supposed to be and that comes on, it like blows out eardrums. So I turned the sound down and then turn it back up. I just forgot to turn it back up this time. While we're talking, it looks like Vlad is really pulling a gap. It's gone from, in one lap, it's gone from about 0.7 of a second to 1.5 seconds, and Colin is side by side going into turn 1 with this BMW. He's got the nose. No, Colin backed out. That's a smart move though. Yeah. He's got the nose there. Yeah, Colin made the smart decision. Get the draft, back out a little bit, get the draft up the hill. No point in causing a collision going up the hill, because if you bounce off those walls and ping pong, that's race over for both the drivers. So Colin made a very smart decision. of staying behind.
Once again, once again, Colin's trying to force a mistake, which he's very good at. We've seen that in previous races.
Exactly. So now this is the battle for second. It is 0.2 of a second, between 0.1 to 0.3 of a second, depending on where they are coming in and out of a corner. And the gap from, or this is the battle for third, sorry. The gap from third to second is now 2.5 seconds, and the gap from second to first, uh-oh, let's go on board with Jack here. What happened? That's not Jack. Where's Jack? Oh no, he spun out. No. I don't know if he's taken any extra damage. He's lost 5 spots because of that, which is not like brutal. He's still got a 6-second gap to Arcturus behind him, so but it looks like he's struggling with damage now coming out of that corner. It looked like he was really struggling for grip. Let's just see. This is the part where we're gonna really tell where if there's any struggling. It looks like
I'm
he's
gonna go into the pits on board and see if I can find out.
Yeah, it definitely looks like he was struggling coming out of that corner. It even looks like he's a little bit slow down the straight. That's just unfortunate news for Jack. While Howard is out figuring, seeing what's wrong, let's go back on board with Andrew here, see where he's at. He's got, it's about a second gap to Matteo Dantello in front of him in the BMW there. In fact, so you can see what everybody's driving. Where is my, we're gonna change this to the manufacturer logo. So now on our overlay there on the left-hand side, the little tower overlay, you can see what cars everybody is driving. Colin's still putting on the pressure to this BMW. He has not passed him yet. Still keep an eye on Jack. It looks like he's still keeping the same gap to the guy behind, so he's not losing any more time, but Howard's still checking to see if there is any damage. Zoltan is still keeping that 3-second gap to Vlad Tokarev. Howard comes in with a little bit of a smirk, so I don't know what that means, but he's here to tell us.
Well, without giving too much away, I mean, I don't see a panel that isn't dented.
Did he get hit, or did he spin on his own? Did he say?
I didn't talk to him, but I want to maintain radio silence so that it's just the drivers talking to each other. But nonetheless, from his lack of expletives while he crashed, I would suspect that was a mistake.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, he only lost 5 spots, and he is actually gaining time on 20th in front of him. So
he was on a quite a fast lap when I was watching. So.
Uh-oh. Yellow in sector 3. Jack don't know what happened there, if he just hit the curb wrong or what. I know that some of the curbs on this track, guys, are very deadly, and if you hit them wrong, they will send you for a little loop-de-loop.
That's because they're a different, it's asphalt for the track and concrete for the curbs, so they're slippery.
Yeah, and this first curb, you don't want to touch it very much on the inside. The outside one you can take. It's the inside one you don't want to touch very much. So Jack lost another spot to that. I'm going to assume that was because of the damage that he has sustained. That's not...
I think that's what his first spin was as well. I mean, he's been, since the formation lap, he's been suffering with damage. So it's like Colin's taken third.
Colin has made it up into third place. Now he's got to push. Now he's got to push to catch Vlad, who has got a 3-second gap now, and it looks like Zoltan is also starting to push a little bit harder. He's got up to a 3.3 to 3.4 second gap to second. So the top 3 very spread out now. And Colin is starting to pull away from that BMW, so it's going to be, the top 4 are going to be really spread out. Let's do that so people can see the gaps between each person. Oh, yellow in sector 2. as Colin comes down. We're going to be coming into sector 2 here. Oh, seems to have cleared itself up. Andrew's still sitting in 6th. He is actually right on the tail end of this BMW now. Only took him a lap and a half, maybe 2 laps to catch up. He's got the draft. BMW holds off the inside line, forcing Andrew to go outside. Andrew all the way outside. Yeah, that is a very difficult line to hold on this track. But he's also got the inside line if he gives it to him. Ooh, cuts him off. Very good defending from the BMW, I will say. That is the BMW of Matteo Dentella. Andrew having a very good drive. All the way from 10th place, all the way up into 6th. And we're not even half an hour in yet. We're only 20 minutes in, so about 10 laps in. So the top 5 are very, very split up. There's a 3.5 second gap from 1st to 2nd, 2.5 second gap from 2nd to 3rd, 2 second gap from 3rd to 4th, and a 4 second gap from 4th to 5th. So, and it looks like somebody is pitting already. Who would that be going into the pits? Let's look. That is Lorenzo Finetto has pitted. We have 5 DNFs. Holy. Let's, I'm just going to go back and check on Jack first. Oh, maybe not. Colin, what happened to Colin? Colin falling all the way back into 6th place. Got a little bit squirrely.
I wonder if he had a touch.
I don't know, but it looked like that that green and black McLaren just in front of him down at the bottom of the screen that you can see looks like he was squirrely going up the hill, and Colin was slow going up the hill. Colin is missing a tire. I don't know if that is a visual glitch or if that is actually legit. I'm going to say it's actually legit.
That's why he's going so slowly.
Yep.
Let's hope he can make it into the pits. He has to get around another half a lap here. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
This will be amazing if he can actually pull this off and get back on track.
This corner is going to be the left-hand or the right-hand corners are going to be where he notices a lot of understeer just like that, because no front left tire to give him the grip around the corner, right? So the last corner the last corner is going to be the hard one, but he's also going into the pits during the last corner, so he's going to be going slow. So that puts Andrew up into P5, and Colin just can't get that thing to turn without that tire. Lots of unfortunate incidents today.
Yeah, too bad we missed out what happened there. I'd be interested to find it because he was really battling with that car.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna do the old school method of this and see what I can figure out, because I didn't catch it in time to get the replay. So we're gonna do this.
Get him limp that thing around. Oh, he got it around the corner. Nicely done, Colin. Any kind of recovery drive that he can do.
Okay, I'm just gonna watch and see. This might be too far back. Because it was the lap after he had passed. Oh yeah, and I was riding on board with Andrew. Let's go back on board with Andrew. So it happened just before Andrew caught up to him. So I'm just gonna see if it'll show just by going back in the stream a little bit. Because it happened right before the S is going up the hill. And I'm hoping that Andrew really putting the pressure on this BMW, the guy's not really giving any space for him though. And I'm going to say that McLaren back there behind Andrew was the cause of the incident with Colin. I'm just going to, but it might not have been. I have no idea. I mean, it shouldn't be a lapped car yet, I wouldn't think. Oh, it looks like it happened in turn 1. On the stream, you could see Colin's car off wide on turn 1. So Colin either missed his braking point, which is very unusual for Colin, or he got hit, which wouldn't make any sense because he had a pretty big gap to the car behind him. So, where is he? Colin is coming out 24th. Jack's all the way up into P18. Wow. I don't know where that came from. He just gained 3 spots. I know one would be from Colin. And I think there's another car in the pit lane too, so we'll say 2 from that. And he must have really made up time. He's up in the 17th for passing somebody else in the pit, so pit strategy starting to come out now with the people in the soft tires or damage, who knows at this point. I'm just watching this one more
looks
time.
like, yeah, damage is actually a big quotient in people's strategy right now.
Oh, for sure. I would not think anything else at this point. But yeah, right. Yeah, you can see the camera swaps as Andrew comes around corner 1 right as you see Colin driving away from corner 1. So I'm going to assume it was, I want to say it was driver error, but it just doesn't seem like, because there's so much runoff there, right? Of course, it's his front left tire that got knocked off, which is what tire you would lose if you hit that wall.
That's what I was about to say. Is that that's the tire? That's where you take damage if you had a wall hit there. Even if you were hard on the brakes, if whatever, something happens and you have to brake too soon and too late.
And Colin's still in the pit lane. He's been in the pits for 1 full lap thus far.
I would imagine that's probably a decently timed fix.
Yeah, I don't know if he's just parked it.
No, he would have logged out if he was going to DNF.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we'll keep an eye on that. Jack's in the middle of no man's land at the moment, so that's a good thing. I would say that's a good thing. Dealing with damage, being in no man's land, I would say is a good thing. And Andrew's up in P5, and he's still, sorry for that, I hit my mic by accident. Andrew is in P5, and he's still having a good battle with this BMW for 4th place. So I think there's some more commotion out in the pit lane. Oh, Jack's up in the 15th. So I'm assuming there's cars just spinning out everywhere due to damage or people in the pits. Yeah, must be people in the pits. Oh, Colin is back out. Colin is back out. Colin is back out. He's 2 laps down though, which is very unfortunate. But he is back out. He is out on track. He's on fresh. He's going to be on fresh tires, you guys. Did he go out? Did he come back out on the mediums? He came back out on the mediums, so I'm sure he's going to push for the rest of the race on these tires. We have 45 minutes left, and I'm pretty sure those 45 minutes, those medium tires will last the 45 minutes. Now I'm going to assume that Jack and Colin are on the horn with each other. Yeah. Let Colin unlap himself. This is where teamwork comes in, guys. This is all about teamwork. Yeah, Colin's got a lot of work to make up. He's got 2 laps that he's down from that tire. Andrew lost a little bit of time to the BMW in front. What's the word from the pit lane there, Howard?
Yeah, so team orders came out as you saw there. As far as Jack letting Colin by, Jack still is struggling with some significant damage but it's not enough to send him into the pits in an immediate sense. So he's just going to try and eke out as much as he can until it's time to go change his tires and put some gas in. Having said that, on the tire strategy that he's on, of course, he's got softs coming on next, and so he needs to extend the distance that he goes with damage and with these medium tires on. Andrew is he's all alone for his team up there fighting for the team. So he's in it. He does feel for Colin. So the team is just
car off on the last corner, and the BMW of Valentin Iliev has gone into the pits. Sorry to cut you off, Howard. That was just a little bit sketch. So that puts Andrew up into 4th place due to that pit. However, this battle here, this battle between Andrew and Matteo are 10 seconds behind 2nd place. So they're going to have to work together. They don't want to, but they're going to have to work together to try to catch up to 1st place. Or to 2nd place, I guess. Well, yeah, both.
up into 4th.
Yeah, the BMW of Valentin, or not, yeah, Valentin Iliev pitted.
Ah, gotcha.
So it is going to be the pit strategy for the soft tires going to be pitting in the next 5 minutes or so, depending on their fuel and their tire wear.
2 to 3 laps.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. As I do believe the soft tires, I think you can go 45 minutes on the soft tires, but it's better to go a short stint on the soft and a long stint on the mediums, just because the mediums will last longer. But it's all strategy from the driver, and like I said, every driver's on a different strategy. So, and you can tell from the timing at the moment on the leaderboard, on the overlay there, when somebody goes in the pits, it does say pit, and then it tells you how long they're in the pits. So when it scrolls through the first number, the bigger number, as Andrew dives into the pit lane, the bigger number so the bigger number is on the outside of the brackets. The bigger number when they go into the pit lanes is yellow in sector 2. The bigger number is the amount of time they've spent completely in the pit lane, so that means driving down pit road and then stopping. And then when you not stopped, you pull out and you go or whatever. The number in brackets is how long they're actually stopped, getting gas, changing tires, what have you. So if you ever wonder, that's what those numbers mean.
Nice explanation. Thanks, Stream Wizard Rick.
I try. Colin all by himself. 1 is the loneliest number. He is a full minute behind 23rd place. So he's got a lot of work to do, and he is obviously still 2 laps down. With the pit strategy, depending on how long some of these guys are in the pit lanes for, Jack's up into 13 after some other people have pitted, so his pit strategy is probably going to work out, except if he changes his damage, that's going to be, I want to say, at least a minute just for damage. But he's not doing too bad. Let's see where Andrew Parkinson, Mr. Andrew, is out of the pit lane, so he's come out in 16th. So he lost 12 spots on his pit lane, and we have half the grid still have to pit. I mean, the top 13 guys still have to pit. Jack and up still have to pit at this point. So Zoltan now has a 15-second gap to 2nd place. He's just motoring that guy. But you can tell the tire wear is definitely taking a toll, as his lap times are now 2.5 seconds slower than his lap times at the beginning of the race. Let's go on board with Jack Boy here. All 3 of our drivers are kind of split up a little bit now. Let's go on board with, oh no, Vlad's in the garage, so we're not going to go on board with him. I'm just trying to find a nice little battle. Valentin has got a nice little battle here. And it looks like Andrew's actually right behind. There's Andrew catching up to that the battle of Javier Conti and Valentin Iliev. So there he is. Andrew's all the way in the back, coming around. Let's see if he can catch these guys coming down this straight. If he gets a good exit out of corner 1, which should help because these two are going to be battling going into quarter one. If Andrew can get a good exit out of quarter one, he'll have a wicked drive up the hill, be able to catch them coming into 2, 3, 4, coming in turn 5, the downhill right-hander.
Well, and just look at these guys as they're battling it out. They are slowing each other down. Even the guy in front, just because he's now starting to take a slightly different line and whatnot to defend against the car right behind him. So it does help when guys are battling to catch both of them.
Exactly. Oh, Dentella is in the pit lane. So as you can see from the live timing, the first number where it says P and then like 12 seconds, that is how long he's been in the pit lane. The number in brackets is how long he's been stopped for. So that number will continue to climb as he's stopped and in the pit lane, and then when he comes out of pit lane, that will turn off.
So helpful, Rick.
Jackaboy here. So there's that battle right behind Jack. So Jack's in 13th. The battle coming around the corner right now. There's Valentine, and then Andrew's right behind him. So there's not that much room between Jack and Andrew. There's only about 7 seconds. And Jack still has to pit. So I'm assuming Jack will be pitting, I want to say next lap. At the end of this lap, probably. Because there's 37 minutes left in the race. He'll probably be pitting at the end of this lap. There's a couple cars come out of the pits. Jack is up in the
How long do you think his pit will take?
Oh, God.
A minute?
Oh, more than a minute. A few minutes, I think. Where's Andrew here? Andrew's slowly reeling that group in. It's in one lap he took a full second off of his gap, so he's got a 1 second gap to these cars in front. Let's see if this will turn on. So the bottom right corner, our overlay, you can see the battle for 13th. Those are the gaps. From
Pretty
driver to
slick
driver.
there,
It's
Rick.
pretty cool. It's pretty cool. This is a nice little battle though, and this is the battle for 13th. Anti-Rassi has actually caught up. I don't think he's pitted. No, Anti-Rassi is not pitted. Him and Tomas are in a battle for second at the moment. Don't want to get away from our battle though here with Andrew here, who's caught up. He is now less than a second. He's like 8/10 off this group, and the more battling they do, the more he's going to catch up. More cars pulling into the pit lane there. Jack is up in the 10th place, still has not pitted, so he's deciding to go out for another lap or two. Maybe they're hoping that this group will catch up to Jack and Jack can hold them up and let Andrew by. Hopefully help Andrew get by. I'm not sure. But this is a really tight battle now.
There was some discussion, some team discussion going on back there, and of course Jack is the team lead out on the track. So the guys all
Andrew going up the inside. Can he make it stick? Come on, Andrew, make it stick. No, not quite. The only problem with these two battling is that BMW is going to start to drive away now. That's what Andrew didn't want. Andrew doing everything he can to force that McLaren to make a mistake.
Shining his lights right on him. That was awesome.
Andrew doesn't like it when people are slower than him. The gap between Jack and Valentine is now 1 second, so Jack, obviously, those tires being very worn out, the very weirdly worn rubber. Well, probably not weird. Maybe weirdly worn with the couple spins he's had from the damage. And his damage going to be really slowing him down. So Where is Mr. Colin stand? He's still in 24th, but he's caught way up now, so.
He's lessened that gap from a minute to 12 seconds.
I mean, he's only got 35 minutes left in the race, though. That's the only thing. Jack still has not pitted yet, so opting to keep going.
Oh, here we go. Oh, no.
Oh, and then he turns back into him.
Come on.
That is,
And then there goes, yeah.
that was Tomas, yeah. And
Yeah.
Tomas just came out of the pits, too.
Yeah.
So that Tomas is going to be very happy about that, although there will probably be a penalty or something looked into. Let's go on board with Jacoboy here. That BMW did get past, which is what we kind of figured because Jack is on very weirdly worn rubber? I don't freaking know. And some damage. So that BMW we know is pitted. He's on fresher tires. Just going to be a lot easier for him. So we'll see what happens now. Jack will probably just hit in the pits now because Andrew has had that unfortunate incident with that McLaren. I don't think any of our drivers have raced against Javier Clonty unless because he's been kind of in the middle of the pack. I don't think anybody's ever driven against him.
I recognize him from the some of the endurance racing we used to do a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I don't recognize the name at all. I recognize it from last race, but I don't remember him racing with any of our guys. And he's got his headlights on. You know it's not raining, right? It's still sunny out. You can turn your headlights off, dude. Unless he accidentally hit the button when he was trying to save his car. I've done that a couple times. With all things said, Andrew is actually in 12th place, so hasn't really lost anything. Jack's up into 8th, still hasn't pitted yet though. Looks like we have the top 5 guys have to pit. Then the 2 in between have pitted, and then Jack has to pit, and then everybody behind is DNF'd or super far back. So
Big DNF list on this race.
DNF list. Colin's up in the 23rd, but now he's got a 41 second gap to 22nd, and he's still 2 laps down. So he's gonna be hard pressed to catch up, I think. Actually, let's go see how he's doing. Let's just pop on board with Andrew or with Colin here. This is gonna be the lapped traffic, maybe?
I think this is going to be lap traffic. That's that Vodafone.
That's Jesper Burns, I think. Where is he? Jesper Burns? Yeah, that's Jesper Burns. So Jesper has not pitted yet. So Jesper is on super worn tires because he has not pitted yet.
So yeah, Colin got the easy to overtake.
Colin got the easy overtake. Still has not unlapped himself fully yet, though. I think he's going to be hard-pressed to unlap himself. Oh, can he come out? Nope, there's the leader right there. Or he was the leader. Where did he come out? He actually only lost 3 spots. Zoltan, the leader in that purple Audi, only lost 3 spots from being in the pit lane. So obviously his pit did not take very long.
That's probably, given no damage for Colin earlier in the race, that's probably where he'd be.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, if he didn't get taken out when he pitted, he probably would have pitted around the same time as Zoltan did. Okay, now we have Dastan in first place again. This guy, remember him from last race where me and Howard were yelling and screaming that he didn't want to pit?
He hasn't pitted.
He has not pitted, and he's on he's on mediums this time. He's going for the long strategy first. So he's on mediums this time. That's funny. Where are we here? Here's Jacoboy. Still has not pitted yet. There's only 29 minutes left in the race, as you guys can all see from our lovely overlay timing now.
I think he's looking to... He's not going to fix damage. I think he's just going to get soft tires and some gas.
Extra fuel if he needs it, probably, yeah. Get a quick stop. That'll probably be... I think that'll be a beneficial thing, and Andrew is right behind him. Andrew has finally made it past that bloody McLaren. but I do believe Jack should hit like this lap and then come out.
Here we go. We're about to find out.
Yeah, just under 29 minutes left. Colin's in 23rd. He's actually gained 10 seconds on the car in front of him, so in one lap.
Here goes Jack into the pits. Yep.
It sucks. Some of the tracks, their pit entry is so stupid because it's right on the freaking apex of a corner. Watkins Glen, Road Atlanta. Those are the two that come off the top of my head because they're very popular tracks. The rest of them I can't remember. But there's so many that have a really bad pit entry. The pit exit on this track is actually really good, I will say. The pit exit on Road Atlanta is not that great because it comes out right in the corner. But, and it's, yeah, because you're going up a hill and there's a wall there. So this is the battle for, where are we here? Where's Andrew? This is the battle for P9. Oh, Andrew getting a little bit squirrely. That McLaren gets squirrely too, allowing Anti-Rassi to get past. Andrew having to do some defending here.
Andrew does know how to make himself pretty wide.
Yeah, Andrew knows how to make that Corvette. Even though it's skinny, he knows how to make it fat. So in the bottom left-hand or bottom right-hand corner, you can see the battle between the two, being Andrew and Anti-Rassi. You can see the gap between the two cars. Obviously constantly changing depending on where they go, braking zones, all that good stuff. Andrew's going to be at 27. Let's see, where did Jack come out? I don't know where Jack came out at. Jack is... Actually, he came out in 18th. So yeah, he did. It doesn't look like he fixed his damage. He was in there way too quick. So he only came out. He came out in 18th, so he lost 9 spots, which is not bad. That's very good. Colin is up into 22nd now. Still obviously 2 laps down, and he's got lap timing. He's got a 42-second gap to 21st. So that's screwed. Oh, that's so unfortunate. But Jack having a good drive. Go back on board with Andrew. Where did those other guys pit? No? Where did they go? Oh, Andrew must have had a spin and we missed it.
I was gonna say
He's down to 12th now.
Rassi
and Javier are up
8th and 9th, and that's Hugh sitting in 9th. So yeah, must have had an incident.
This has just not been a good race for any of our drivers. It's accident or spinning out because they took damage early on. Like, it's just weird.
Yeah, I know. Almost a tragic comedy of errors. Yeah.
I mean, I will say we had a super awesome, amazing race last week. So, I mean, God is just making things, evening the odds, or evening things out. But we will see what happens. We have 25 minutes left. Dastan, has he pitted yet? Dastan still has not pitted. This guy still has not pitted. We have 25 minutes left. And he's in first place. And Zoltan is 16 seconds behind him. So when Dastan pits, Zoltan will be taking the lead. And then we have Dennis Van de Ven and Jesper Burns still have not pitted yet either. So there are still a couple guys that haven't pitted yet, which should give, I'm going to say, will give Andrew probably 2 spots at least. So he'll get into the top 10, but possibly not top 9. We'll have to wait and see what happens, though. Andrew's kind of by himself. Let's go right on board with Colin for a second. Yeah, still kind of doing his own thing. He's got that gap from 42 seconds to 31 seconds, so pushing.
He's going to try his best. I think he's probably just going to see if he can get any points out of this race. But, yeah, it's going to be tough. He's pretty far behind with that.
Yeah, top 20 get points, right? I don't know if that car that pitted is going to give Jack a free spot. No, that car is not going to give him a free spot. So Jack in 18th, Andrew in 12th, Colin, unfortunately, back in 22nd. He's having a wicked freaking recovery drive. Oh, so the car that was just in front of Colin has pitted, so Colin's going to get a spot back for that. You never know. It's looking up so far. He could get 1 point. What are his lap times looking like? His best lap is a 1:42.7, and he's doing 1:45s at the moment. So that is like 3 seconds a lap faster than the next like 5 cars in front of him. But still, it's going to be hard pressed to catch up. Jack's doing a great job. Yeah, he's got damage, but if you didn't know that, you probably wouldn't think that he had damage. This is for position. This is going to be a 17th. Well done,
Nice
to Jack.
work. Nice work. Well done.
That was kind of a gimme pass, but that Corvette still made him earn it. Corvette having a little bit of... That Corvette has its lights on too. Why don't these guys have their lights on? They know it's not raining, right? And it's not dark enough. You're in New York, not Europe. It's only 3 o'clock, or probably 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon over there. Andrew up in the 10th, like I said. People pitting. Dastan down... Has finally pitted! He pit! Dastan has pit. We're still waiting on Dennis Van de Ven to pit now. He's the only one left in the top 10 to pit. So that is, that's why I'm saying Andrew will maybe. It's a 50-second gap. Less than that, it's a 43-second gap. Yeah, you should be able to pass him. It'll be close. It'll be very, very close. Depending on if Dennis puts fuel in or not. And if he has damage.
Usually fuel and even like 3/4 of a tank or half a tank and new tires, you'll be 48 seconds, something like that.
I know if you just go in for just tires, the stop itself is like 15 seconds, and then driving down pit lane is about 30 seconds. So if he's got to put fuel in, we're going to say about 50 seconds, just to be safe. But he's got... Is that Michael Brooks? That is, too. That is one of the other admins of SimRacingMania, so thank you again, guys.
Good job, Michael Brooks.
And it looks like he changed his livery. I don't remember that his Bentley being green and black like that. It's a cool looking livery, but I don't remember it being that color.
Did he have the
I think it's
RAF?
Maybe, yeah. It might have been the RAF one, yeah. Yeah, it might have been the RAF one. Maybe they watched the stream and heard my mistake, and they're like, yeah, we're going to change that. If it's because of me, guys, I apologize. I wasn't making fun of it. It could have been a stock livery, too.
Pretty sure you're the only one in existence who called that the Russian Air Force. Just give me one stinking, stinking minute.
One stinking minute. All right, so this is Dastan and Andrew. I know Dastan is fast. Intelligence-wise,
Andrew's got the better line there. Yeah, I don't think
staying out for so long, I don't think is beneficial. He should have pitted a lot earlier, but he's going to be on super fresh tires though and he's on softs now. So he's got the faster tire and a fresher tire compared to Andrew. And Andrew pitted, what, 10 minutes ago?
Yeah.
So 5 laps ago, so his tires they're not worn out yet because they're mediums. They're not going to be worn really bad, but they'll be on the same pace as the softs. Softs might be a little bit quicker at this point. I thought that was Colin's Corvette behind these two. But it's not. It's a black Corvette, not a white Corvette. Sorry, Colin.
Jack's made up another spot into 17th.
Yeah, Jackson 17th. Colin is got a just under 25-second gap to 20th, so he's pushing hard. He's got less than 19 minutes left to get 1 point.
Cheer for Colin, everybody. Give him some moral support.
Give him some love. Give him some love.
Oh, Andrew just got the beautiful back and forth here, but I think the guy's got the line for this next corner.
That Aston Martin, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Aston Martin can break a little bit later in the corner. I think. Not by much. And I know that Colin, they did the setup. They went for a different setup than what I thought they were going to go for, because Colin loves this track. I think he went for more of a safe setup instead of a fast setup. So, which just goes to show there's all kinds of ways to set up a car, regardless. Just depends on what you want to do. I think they were going for tire management because the track is so hard on your front tires.
It is very hard. It's usually my problem when driving here for any length of time is I wear the tires funny, the front tires.
You get weirdly worn over.
I do.
Okay, so Dennis Van de Ven still has yet to pit, and we have we have 8 DNFs. That seems to be the norm. The last 3 races we've had at least 8 DNFs. And 3 of them were in like the first 2 laps. Uh-oh, did I just hear something with Jack? Or was that me? Yeah, something happened. He got hit. Or something. Yeah, he got hit or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
he may have got penalized for going off track, but if he went off track because he got hit by somebody or whatever, then that's kind of there's some weird rules.
That's what I mean. They adjusted the rules and adjusted the rules and adjusted the rules in the mod, and you can only do so much, and the mod will still make up its own mind. Sometimes it won't register something, sometimes it will, sometimes it simulators are not perfect. Just like streamers, especially today. He's still in Jack is still in 17th. He did pass somebody in the pits, so he's still in 17th. Andrew is still in 12th. But he's only got a half a second gap to that car in front of him, so let's do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the gap. It's like 2.2 seconds. Taking a little peek. This is where am I? What did it scroll down? This is Zakharov. A couple of our drivers have had battles with him before, so we know he's not a.
The last race, Zakharov was one of the main.
He was the one that Andrew had good battles with last race. Yes. So we know that he's a very clean racer, so we know that this is going to be a very good battle for Andrew. We know he's not going to get taken out in cold blood. We know he's not going to take him out in cold... Well, we know he won't, but shit happens. Colin's got less than... Once my live timing sorts itself out. 15-second gap? 13-second gap? Oh, somebody's in the pits. Colin might gain another spot, you guys. He might gain another spot. Yep, he's up in the 20th. Colin is finally back in the points.
Yay, what a recovery drive on Colin's part, man. After going around the track, most of the track, missing a wheel.
And Andrew seems to have made a pass on somebody in the pit lane, I assume, because I didn't see him pass anybody on track, so he's up into 11th.
Looks like Van de Ven finally pitted.
That would be who it was. Yep, Van de Ven. So everybody has made a pit stop now. I don't know if people have not changed tires. Maybe there has been. We don't know. There was 3 that didn't last race, and we all know they got DQ'd, as I mentioned earlier in the stream. So, I mean, I don't hope for that kind of thing on anybody because it really freaking sucks, but It is what it is. If it happens, it happens. If you forgot, you just go back into the pits the next lap and change tires.
Got to read the rules before you race.
Yep, exactly. So we got Zoltan in first, Vlad Tokarev in second, and Tomas in third. And the gaps are enormous.
14 seconds, 14 seconds, yeah, and 6 seconds.
Yeah. So yeah, it's looking like Zoltan is driving away, and he's lapped all the way up to 17th. He's almost lapped 16th place. He's just on a tear. The guy is just like, no, I ain't losing this race. I am winning this race this time. This is going to have a major effect on the championship standings too. But also remember, Andrew does have the most added weight to his car. He's got 28 kilograms of ballast added to his car. So the fact that he's actually driving the way he is and keeping up with these guys is pretty substantial. Zoltan, I think, only had 17 or 14 kilograms added to his car, I think. So, I mean, we have weight, but
Well, how much to our North American audience, even though we use kilograms here in Canada, a lot of people use pounds. What would that be in pounds?
oh man, I know.
65.
Yeah, you calculated it though, didn't you? You use a calculator. Oh.
I did not. All in the brain, my friend. Next time, any listeners, please find a coffee shop that can sponsor us so Rick can have his coffee.
See, and I had my coffee this morning. I don't know what's wrong with me.
An espresso, or maybe a quadruple
I'm
espresso
gonna need
or
like
some
8
shit.
shots or something next time I come in. Jeez. Alright. Alright. Andrew is throwing it up the outside going into turn 5. Come on, this is gonna be a little bit of a tap. That's okay though, they were aware. Just a minor tap. He's still got his nose side by side. He's got the inside line. Oh, he had to slow way down. He went in a little bit too hot. He's gonna have... Is he gonna have the run? They're so even in speed, these cars.
I know.
He's got the...
Oh.
He has the
He's got the
faster line on the outside, I think. This is a good battle, side by side for the last 3 corners. Ain't gonna get much better than this. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what I thought today's race was gonna be like after last week's. A little bit squirrely for Zakharov there.
Andrew might have the inside line on this one. Oh, look at him.
He doesn't have the faster line though. Zakharov pinched him a little bit there. Still left room. That was a very good battle the last 6 corners. That was actually very well done from both drivers. Considering on the straight they barely touched and almost killed each other. That was a very good battle to watch. Yeah, turn 5, turn 6, turn 7, turn 8, turn 9, turn 10, turn 11. Yeah, last 6 corners. We don't drive this layout here very often, so I'm used to the 7 corner layout.
Need to give you 1 minute.
Yeah, 1 minute, yep.
Hope everybody's enjoying our stream today. Not as quite as exciting as last week's for Team TracksVR, but still TracksVR Racing is in it to at least salvage what they can. So pretty proud of all the guys and the great racing today. Remember, a special mention, we're back with monthly challenges. Please come on down, register. You think you're fast at Spa? Show us. Try and beat the staff.
Colin has got 1 second gap to Antonello Mastro, the car in front of him, for P19, so he could get another point. So we're going to go back on board with Andrew. Just want to update on Colin. Jack is still in the middle of no man's land. He's 14 seconds behind 16th and 10 seconds ahead of 18th. So he's kind of just driving around, which is good for the last 10 minutes. Which is about 5 laps. 6 laps, depending on how fast Zoltan can make it around this track. Which you've all seen is pretty quick. Andrew on the outside, last corner, turn 11. Don't hit the wall. Okay, now it's a drag race. American power. Come on, American muscle. Nope.
Oh.
That McLaren can brake so late into that corner. Did you see that? He broke at least like 10 or 15 feet later.
Or like you said yesterday or 2 days ago to a customer, you broked too soon.
It broke. It's still the same thing.
I'm no English grammar teacher, but pretty sure that's not the right use of past tense.
Hey, English was not my strong suit, okay?
Despite it being your primary language.
No kidding. Hey, you go to any other country and I guarantee you the same thing happens.
No, seriously, guys, don't mind me. I like to bug Rick. He's the purveyor of all that's going on here today. So thanks to Rick. Always thanks to Rick.
Colin has made it past 19th, so he's in the 19th position. Jack is up in the 16th now. Looks like a couple people have had to pit, as Andrew has also gained a position from the pit lane, or from somebody pitting. So that's extra points. Extra points is always good. Colin slowly making his way up. Jack slowly making his way up. Andrew slowly making his way up. And we have 7.5 minutes left. And this battle is now... Excuse me. They're calling it a 5-way battle because they're all within a second and a half of each other. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Wow.
They're calling it battle for 8th. That McLaren, that blue and gray one
Yeah.
at the bottom is 8th place. So this is a 5-car battle for 8th place.
If that was Formula cars, I'd say there's a DRS train right there.
Yep. Especially at Spa, which we are not using DRS. You have to do a fast lap time without DRS.
We all did.
We all did. So in this battle, we have 2 McLarens leading 3 Corvettes. So for all of you American people out there, hope and pray that those Corvettes.
Oh, is that anti-Rassi?
That's anti-Rassi. What happened to him?
Oh no.
That's okay. That gives Andrew an extra spot. It's gonna give.
Jack might get a spot here.
He has.
He's-
I'm gonna say he's DNF'd.
Yeah, I'm betting he has.
Yep. Yellow flag in sector 2. End of sector 1, beginning of sector 2. It's a really weird point where he stopped. But that's
Twilight
okay.
Zone.
The Twilight Zone. There you go. That's the word. So that's
And this
actually.
McLaren is just giving Andrew nothing but trouble, eh?
He's allowing Dennis Van de Ven to catch up though. Oh no, Andrew with a tap.
Again!
No.
Oh!
Oh no, I don't know what it looked like. It looked like Zakharov just turned in a little bit too much and Andrew hit him and spun him. Because it didn't look like a hard hit. He just slowly spun out. Oh no, that puts Jesper Burns into the fight. Oh, he's got damage. Zakharov's got damage now too.
Not too bad for Mr. Zakharov. That was exciting racing, and I certainly wouldn't wish that upon him.
No.
But yeah, just the fact that
Colin had to go back into the pits.
Oh.
That's okay. He's coming out. He'll still be out in 19th, but he's still.
Oh, he may have had a track cut, 7 track cuts.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
He's still in 19th though.
Yeah, he hasn't lost any time. So maybe it was just a drive-through. That could have been what it was, just a drive-through. Well, that incident put poor Andrew back into 11th. With anti-Rassi having DNF'd or stalled, he's DNF'd officially now. Puts Jack up into 15th. Colin is in 19th. There is 4.5 minutes left, so it's about 3 laps. I don't know how it's going to work with anti-Rassi getting DNF'd and still being like a full lap ahead of Colin. I'm sure it puts the DNFs at the back and will allow Colin to go up. But if that's the case, it gives Colin more points.
Correct. It is a championship. We got to remember that. This is our third race of this championship. Fourth race?
Third race.
Third race, yeah.
Oh,
Not,
Zakharov has DNF'd.
oh, that DNF'd him. That's too bad.
Giddy. So that puts Jack up into 14th. And this is going to give Colin 2 spots.
And Andrew's up into 10th, so
Yeah.
there we go. All right, and Andrew's battling with these guys. I mean, Andrew, this isn't the end of the race. We got like 2 more laps probably as they cross the start-finish line there.
Yeah.
Let's see if Andrew can gain any more spots. Did he just? Yeah, he just took 1 spot. And I wouldn't be surprised to see if he takes P8 here. This is a real good drive at the end of the race.
Yeah. That McLaren, that blue and gray McLaren must have had damage because he really slow. Like, he was really slow coming out of those last corners. The Corvette with the higher top end over the BMW, as you can easily see. But the BMW, much better brakes, apparently.
Ooh, I don't know. Andrew might force this guy into a mistake here.
It could be the tires, too. The tires also affect your braking. So I don't know when that BMW did pit, because if he pitted after Andrew, he will have fresher tires, meaning better braking power. But so far, this is a good little battle. We're gonna hang out, stay on board with Andrew. This is the battle for 8th. They're still calling it a 5-way battle because those cars behind them are still pretty close. Colin is up into 18th. He's gonna gain 1 more spot from Zakharov. That's so unfortunate for Zakharov. It was such a good battle between the 2 of them. Really unfortunate.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, looks like the spot's getting taken up here. So, okay, yeah, unfortunate, but also, I mean, both times he kind of lost it under his own mistake. He impeded Andrew as well. So, you know, Andrews has suffered from some of the mistakes that were made.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Colin's up into 17th. Jack is in 14th. And Andrew is up into 8th now. He passed that BMW.
One of our listeners has asked me not to be so mean to you, Rick.
Yes, Nick, we know, okay? See what you did, Howard? You got Nick on your side now. Nick, the next time you come in, I'm going to make sure I beat your lap time, and then you'll have to really try, and every time you get close, I'll just slam on your brake pedal. Just for agreeing with Howard.
Well, no, Nick just understands grammar like I do. Not being on any side or not.
Whatever. Whatever. Okay, why am I getting all wrapped up? Okay. All right. Where's Jack boy? Jack is actually starting to pull a little bit up into. He's only 11 seconds down now. And he's gained.
I just don't think he has enough time, though.
No.
I mean, we've only got like a lap and a half left to go here.
We got
so
30 seconds. It's probably going to be the end of the rest of the race right here.
yeah, because Andrews. So those. Well, no, those guys are going to be crossing the finish line here.
Let's see where
Pretty quick.
Zoltan is.
That could be it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this will be their last lap because Zoltan, as we're watching right now, is just coming around like turn 8.
Turn 8. Yeah.
So this will be Andrew's last lap. This one right now is his last. Oh, maybe not. That's checkered flag for them.
That was checkered flag. All right. So well done. Let's go back to board with Jack and just see him get his checkered flag.
I don't know because they're still racing. Andrew's still racing.
That might have been like the checkered flag came out, but not for them.
Yeah, it probably just.
So that'll be their last lap. Yeah.
Because here, yeah, Zoltan is coming across the line now. Yeah.
So here he goes. Yeah. There's his checkered flag. Well done, Zoltan.
Oh my God! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 DNFs this race. On one of the easier tracks on the grid here.
Yes and no, as you and I know from training lots of people on this track, people push too hard,
Yeah,
especially in the first corner, especially in the first corner.
Especially the first corner. Here comes Jack across the finish line. Well done, bud.
Yeah, well done.
Colin
Well done.
got fastest lap of the race.
Oh, a recovery fastest lap.
So he's
And-
going to
and
get the
because-
extra point for that.
Well done, Colin.
So that's going to be a 17th for him. Yeah, it's going to be 17th for him. Actually, Colin's just up here. Coming around the corner as Andrew's coming around too. And here comes Andrew coming around turn 10. Into turn 11 here. Andrew bringing home a solid P8, holding off that BMW.
Nicely done, Andrew. Nicely done.
Well done, well done, well done.
All
Well
right,
done.
Team TracksVR, pretty exciting.
The crew is going to hang out. And, okay, where are we backing up, boys? They're trying to figure out where they want to go.
Oh, they're getting staggered. Look at those guys go. Nicely done, boys. Nicely done.
Andrew should back up. Andrew needs to back up just a little bit.
TracksVR Racing.
Or Colin goes forward a little bit. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
So proud of these guys as team principals.
I love New York.
It's so exciting to watch them go. I might not be here to end off the stream, so I just wanted to say my thank yous to you, the audience. My thank yous to the team.
Yes, I don't know what Jack is doing. This is very interesting to watch. It's kind of a good way to end the stream. Yeah, like Howard said, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. The end of the race was probably the most interesting part of the entire race. But
Have you been locked up all?
no, close that.
Alright, I'll get you guys in. Let's see if we can get Colin on board for an interview.
Yeah, we'll be doing an interview here shortly, guys. So well, guys, we're just gonna see what the drivers want to do here, see if they want to do some interviews. I'm sure they will. We'll get their point of view on what happened and the such, especially with what happened with Colin, what happened with Jack, and what happened with Andrew a couple times. But we will see what they want to say, if they want to say anything at all. As you know, some drivers they're a little bit frustrated after the race, and they don't want to give an interview, which is totally fine. I mean, I respect that. You gotta take some time to cool off. I've been in that seat a couple times, so it's not a big deal for me. We'll just go to the loading screen here. Hey, Colin.
Hello.
So how was that race?
I think you saw well enough how it went.
I saw from all three of you, yeah. The one thing we didn't see was your incident.
Back marker in the second last corner just threw me off, and then I lost it in the last corner and took out the front left wheel. Couldn't make it into the pits before passing it, so I
Oh,
had
it
to go
was the
all the way.
last corner. Okay.
Yeah, so I had to go all the way around the track with a missing front left wheel,
Yeah.
and then when I pitted, it was 212 seconds of damage repair.
Yeah, we were kind of paying attention to how long you were going to be in there, and we're like, that's very unfortunate. Yeah, we thought it was in the first corner. You missed your breaking point going in the first corner, but the last corner kind of makes more sense.
Yeah, no. Second last corner, there was a back marker, and he wasn't making it clear, like he wasn't really sticking to the racing line.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of took an inside line on the last corner, and then just threw me off for the last corner. I don't know if I missed my braking point or if I put a little bit of um brakes on in the middle of the corner or something, but it snapped the rear end, and then trying to catch it counter steering the back end, smacked the wall first, and it just threw the front end in, took my tire off.
Crap. Yeah, that's because I saw you go wide. We were riding on board with Andrew, and we saw you like way out against the wall on turn one, and we were like, "What's going on?" So we looked at your car, and the camera angle was looking at the right side. So we were like, "Everything looks fine." Then it pans to the other side of the car, and we're like, "Oh, that's what's wrong with this car." So
Yeah,
we
no,
were,
it
yeah,
front left tire loss. So
yeah. That Jack had some unfortunate events happen right off the start. Andrew had some unfortunate
well,
events. It was just a horrible race for you guys.
Jack had damage from the formation lap. The guy behind
Mm-hmm.
him
Yeah,
hit him, so
yeah,
it was yeah, like right plan, right strategy, good qualifying for myself. Andrew um missed out. He just didn't have confidence in the car, and then
yeah.
just bad execution.
Yeah, and he told me that he wasn't super confident going into today, so I kind of expected
Yeah.
him not to qualify up where you were, but I didn't expect him to qualify as bad as he did. But
Yeah, and I
that's
think that's
unfortunate.
just the grip did fall off from practice to qualifying.
Mm-hmm.
So gonna be asking about that in the chat, how the progression is carried over between the sessions, because it doesn't seem like it's carrying over from practice to qualifying.
It
And then
didn't seem like it did at all. It
it
looked like a
seems like
brand new
it's
track.
yeah, it seems like it's getting reset for qualifying and
Mm-hmm.
then carrying over from qualifying to the race, but qualifying doesn't lay down much rubber, so
No, no.
we'll see. We'll have to just do some more practice in the future on less rubber roads, like on private sessions, not on server sessions.
Yeah, on like
And
green tracks or
then
whatever, yeah.
yeah, and then we knew today was going to be a waiting game. Tire wear was going to be the biggest issue, and
Mm-hmm.
it it showed. Like a lot of people did not do long stints. That's why there's how many DNF'd at the end there. Like
There was 13, I think, at the end. Like
yeah,
it was insane.
yeah, no, like all of a sudden I was looking to see if I could go pit in for fastest lap, and then because I needed either the guy ahead of me or the guy behind me to spin,
Yeah.
so I had enough time, and then there was like three DNFs within the last 5 laps, so I was like, well, I'm going in.
Yeah,
Uh,
one of the anti-Rasty and somebody he was battling with took each other out in turn one, I think. Um, and then there was, yeah, it was just like every couple corners, every couple laps, there was a DNF somewhere. It was stupid. But I do believe you
yeah,
did get fastest lap.
yes, I did. That's why I went in.
Yeah.
So, got me 5 points.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Um, and Jack has got
Jack got
uh
14th, so I don't know how many that is.
ninth.
Can't remember.
The standings have been updated. I'm already looking at it. And Andrew got 23 points.
Yeah.
So team standings going to drop us down into second place. So still not bad. We got 32, so we're at 190 points. And team standings, um, the guys ahead of us is Team Computer. They got 48 points. So no teams really got a whole lot of points. The highest points was
Yeah.
Unison Racing, 55 points. 15 points. And
Yeah.
this is, of course, we don't know what penalties are going to come into effect, but we
Yeah.
still have a 12-point lead over third in the team standings, and we're only 16 points behind first place. So
Yeah, I mean, you
driver
guys are still in it,
standings,
right?
Andrew's still second, and I dropped down to seventh.
Yeah. And Jack moved up, I think, didn't he? Yeah, he moved up one spot for the time being until penalties and stuff get approved, but
Yeah. So no, that's teams. Driver standings hurt me quite a bit because
mm-hmm.
there's a lot of people right behind me. For me to only get 5 points, and then Vlad to get or Zoltan to get 62, and Vlad to get 53, and Thomas to get 47. That jumped all three of them ahead of me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So nope, that's all right. Have you guys join us yet?
No, I don't know what they're doing, the other two. You're missing the next two races, right?
Missing the next one for sure, and I'm looking at booking time off for the next race. No, I know I can make the next race
The
because
one on
it's on one of
Saturday?
my. No, not the Saturday, the one after that one.
Okay, so you can't make the Nordschleife, but you can make the one after that.
Yes, so Nordschleife is the 16th,
Yeah.
and then the next race is the 26th, which I can make that one.
Mm-hmm.
Because I work a night shift, so I'll just get up during the day, race, and then go back to sleep, and then go to work that night.
Mm-hmm.
It's the 2nd and the 9th that I can't make, so I'm gonna try to build up some time.
So Zandvoort and Magny-Cours, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to build up some bank time at work so I can take the 2nd and the 9th off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes, but as it stands, I'll be missing the next 2 races.
You're missing the next race, and then here, and then maybe the next two after that, right?
I'm missing the next one for sure,
Nordschleife, yeah.
and
The 26th,
gonna
you said you
try
can
to.
do, right?
I'm trying to book time off for.
Okay.
No, the 26th. No, I can't do that. Hold on, we
Because
are
I knew you
in.
said you couldn't make like two, maybe three races. You said you couldn't make.
Yeah, we're in October. The 26th I can make.
Okay.
The 2nd and the 9th I have to book time off.
Okay. So you'll just miss the double points Nordschleife, and then you'll be good for the rest of them.
No, I might miss the 9th, depending if I can get time off.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see how it goes, but we can
Yeah.
work around that.
Next Nordschleife is going to be one of those tracks. I think it's going to end up being like today, where lots of crashes and lots of DNFs. Because Nordschleife is not a very forgiving track, but
No, and there's not gonna be any setup work on it. It's just gonna be default setup and learn how to drive the track because you can't really any setup you do you compromise one sector for another.
yeah,
Whereas,
exactly.
so everyone can just practice on default setups and just learn how to drive the car around the track. So
Yep, 100%. They're still sitting in the other chat. I'm gonna see what they're talking about, and I'll be right back.
yeah.
Hello, stream. This is Jack, your 14th place finisher. Welcome to the Xander Zone.
Do we have Andrew joining us shortly?
I believe we do. Yep, he's just getting ready. I was just wanted to watch the replay of that guy hit me on the. He fully took he sent me into the wall. That's how hard he hit me.
On formation lap or at the end?
Yeah. So I had my rear end damaged and my front fender because I got turned into the wall.
All right, so we have Jack here. Colin, Andrew said he's gonna be a couple minutes. He's just getting his stuff off.
Oh yeah,
I
changing
can
out the wheel.
do that.
Wheel and pedals. Yep. Well, you can do your interview with Jack since we've already talked about my race.
Yeah, Jack, give us a little bit of feedback on your race.
Started qualifying. Didn't get quite the pace I wanted, but wasn't terrible. I was, about where I expected to be. So that was all right. I believe I was starting 18th or 19th. And first lap, we went out for formation. I guess some gaps ended up getting created, and the guy behind me really wanted to close that gap. So he ended up speeding up, and everyone slowed down, and he ended up rear-ending me and sending me into the wall. So I had, dark blue damage, which means it's severe damage right off the first lap. I was holding pace all right on the mediums, but after that damage, I'd lost a lot of confidence in the car. I wasn't sure of it in a lot of corners, and I was second guessing myself, which, as every driver knows, just leads to more mistakes. So I was doing that, and it was going all right. And then Jack Evans and someone else had crashed, and I was kind of just holding pace on the mediums, right, keeping up with everyone in front of me. And I guess there was a loose tire bouncing across the track. And I also ended up hitting that too, which damaged my front wing at that point. And I tried to keep driving, but ended up spinning it in the downhill right. I can't remember, probably about 15 laps in around. And I was on mediums and a lot of fuel, so I had to keep going long. And I just kept going, and the damage got worse and worse. And I spun, I think, one or two more times, but my pace wasn't completely terrible. I managed to make it to my pit stop. Being extremely slow on track by that point, and I went to the pits. I actually had a really good pace on the exit of pits. Started doing 143s consistently, low 144s, and was catching the guys in front of me. And then I, at the exit of the boot onto I think the third last corner, or the fourth last corner, I ended up braking late and outbraking myself and hitting the wall. And from that point on, I had pretty bad damage the rest of the race. My wheel was about 20 degrees to the right the whole time while going down straights. But I saw that people were starting to DNF, so I just kept pushing it, and ended up finishing 14th, which I guess I'm happy with. I mean, it sucks that if I didn't have those spins and the damage and blah blah blah, I could have been probably top 10 today. Barring keeping out of incidents and stuff like that. But I did a good recovery, I guess, and managed to snag a good finish for me, which was good since Colin and Andrew also had tough races, so it was really important to get those points.
Yeah, you and Colin both had some good recovery drives. We were kind of thinking Colin wasn't going to make it back into the points, and then we started seeing the DNFs come up like one a lap and got him into the points, and we started seeing that you were slowly moving up the ranks, and it was like, okay, we just have to hope and pray that people keep DNFing to give you guys more and more points, which happened quite a bit during the race, like you said. But it's just unfortunate all the incidents that happened like years right off the bat before the race even started. Colin's incident in the last two corners. Andrew had a couple incidents. It was just a gong show of a race, which I thought it wasn't gonna be. I thought it was gonna be more like last week, but unfortunately it wasn't. I see Andrew has joined us.
I think we had a good pace here. So yeah, we're hoping for a really good points finish. But I mean, you got to take what you can get, right?
Yep.
People started pulling some pretty good pace here, so it didn't look like we were going to be in the pole position for sure anymore. Colin's fastest lap, I think, actually would have gotten him pole, but he did that, of course, with low fuel. So it's hard to do that with a good amount of fuel that you want to do the race with. But I mean, it's just got to keep moving forward. It's good that we got some points.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Andrew, let us know about your race there, bud.
Yeah, it kind of sucked the whole time. No confidence in the car. The it just did not feel right the whole time. And then I think all of us took damage, and yeah, it was just a rough race all around. But I think we had to persevere and survive as best we could.
Yeah, I mean, none of you DNF, which is, I would say, which is a win, considering there was 13 out of the 32 of you guys, so almost half the field DNF'd.
And a big shout out to Colin for, finishing the race or getting a lap done on, missing one tire. That's crazy.
One full lap, dude. One full lap.
We weren't sure if that was a DNF at that point, but Colin kept pushing and managed to get fastest lap and take a point off the leaders, which is awesome. I mean, that just shows
Yeah.
that perseverance.
Just missed the pit entry. Like hit the wall and looked at it, and I was like, "There's no way I can make it cut across this track that hard." And not take anybody out behind me, so yeah, I just had to go around. Unfortunate, lost me a lot of time. If I hadn't gone around, I think I would have been still on the same lap as you, Jack. I
Probably would
think
have been top 10, I think, Colin.
Maybe because
pace, because people were losing crazy pace at the end there. I mean, I was
Yeah.
starting to catch cars doing 146s.
I don't
was doing
know how
146.
slow my lap was because I had a cut track on that in lap. But yeah, it probably was a 2 or 3 minute lap trying to get back to the pits. So yeah, I guess that would have been an extra lap gained. So
Yeah.
unfortunate spot. Yeah, it would have been nice to crash somewhere else and get into the pits earlier, but it's nice that battled it back up to 17th at the end there, I think
Yep.
we said.
Yep.
And to be able to take the fastest lap, at least that's a point away from the other guys, and to keep second in the team standings, it's good for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, more points the better. I mean, you guys all drove and persevered with every little bit of damage you had, all little incidents you had. You guys still drove and persevered, which is the main thing. Speaking of track cuts, did any of you get close to getting a penalty for track cuts? I know you guys were all concerned about it at the beginning of the race, so.
No, I only had 2 out of 7 available, 2 out of 7 allowed, so I was good to go.
I think I had
Whether you used
4 or
all of them,
5.
just about.
Yeah, and near the end when I started spinning out lots and they're having a lot of understeer, and especially with the damage, started cutting the track a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, you're
It's
so
also
good with the
very
car, right?
sensitive too, right? I don't understand the last corner track cuts where like you can't even put your car fully over the line. Like your wheels will always be on the inside, and somehow you're getting track cuts there.
Yeah, it was. They made it tight, but I think it was fair.
It ended up working, right? It wasn't
Yeah.
too bad. I mean, it wasn't quite egregious, but yeah, no, I'm glad I didn't get over that mark because I really started pushing it near the end.
Yeah, none of you got penalties. That's good. I mean, we'll still have to wait and see what happens with everybody else and the penalties that are probably going to get put out with all the different incidents and stuff. But so far, like you said, Colin, team championships, you guys were in second. Andrew's gone down to P2. Colin's down to P7, and Jack, you moved up to P18, I think. So, I mean, all good. You guys are all still in the top 20, which is the main thing. But I know you guys are all disappointed, a little bit frustrated. We just look forward to Nordschleife, right?
Yeah.
It was a good, like, the beginning of the race where Andrew was battling from 10th to move up to positions, and I was battling from 4th behind second and third. That was a fun race to begin with. It just, yeah, we each got into our clear air and little mistakes and turns it around just that quick, right?
Yep, exactly.
Could have been a really fun race. Could have been potential 1-2. That's what I was hoping for.
Yep.
Or a 1-3 again. But we'll just we'll look forward to next race. We
keep on pushing, right?
Yep. Biggest benefit is that Andrew will have less kgs on the next race, and Jack won't have any. So it's going to
be important on the Nordschleife.
Be important on the Nordschleife, and I think it's going to be a medium and hard compound race. I don't think anybody can pull off the softs.
Yep, and it's gonna be one of those things where you have to survive. Nordschleife is gonna kill a lot of drivers, I think, and it's gonna be survival of the fittest. So as long as you guys can keep her on track for Nordschleife, I'm sure you guys will do fine.
And I believe next race there'll be a lot of people that don't show up because it is on a Saturday and it is longer.
Yeah, and it's starting. Yeah, it's at 1 p.m. on Saturday our time, is what
Yeah,
Tomas said. So it'll be
evening
like,
for
yeah,
late evening for them, but a lot of people are gonna have plans on the weekends, so
yep, exactly.
we might have title contenders not show up and just have to finish the race, get
Yep,
some points.
exactly. Exactly. Well, I'm gonna let you guys all go. It's getting close to dinner time here, so I'll let you
Yeah,
guys
thanks
all
for watching,
go.
everyone. Have a great day. Yeah, all that good stuff. Yeah.
Any final words, Andrew, before you head off?
Uh, well, I hear you got the stream going with that new overlay, so nice job on that. And too bad we kind of sucked today. So, but yeah, let's move on to the next one and get back at it.
Yeah, that's all we can do. Colin, any last words, dude?
Nope.
It is what it is, right?
Yep, it was a race I was really looking forward to do really well in, and move myself up either to second or first in the standings, championship standings, and just unfortunate that follow through wasn't there.
Oh, well, you're missing next race, but it's probably going to be the most difficult and most gong show race of the series, I think. So that's probably for the best, even though it's going to lose you some valuable points, place in the points. But other than that, I'll let you guys go. You guys are probably hungry, tired from racing for the last hour and a half. I'm going to close off the stream here, and I'll see you guys next week.
Thanks, Rick.
No problem. All right, guys. So that's it for the stream today. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. Thank you so much for watching. Big shout out to FM4A's podcast for sponsoring us, as they have been. And special mention, as Howard said, to our TracksVR Formula Challenge. Come on down, set your fastest lap time. Try to beat the staff here with at Spa with our 2021 F1s. Put your fastest lap down. Currently, Nick, who was in the chat room today, currently Nick has the fastest lap time by, I believe it was, 8/100ths of a second or something. So it's very, very close on the top of the leaderboard. So come down. You got a couple more days left to put in your lap time for this week's prize. Other than that, we'll see you guys next week on a Saturday at 1 p.m. I will make sure I get a reminder video up on the YouTube channel so you guys can set a reminder for yourself so you don't forget. And I will see you guys all in just over a week.